Hi there, BookTube! Today is going to be a tag video because I wanted to do a quick and fast video, and I saw a lot of people recently do the books I probably never read tag that was created by Little Spider 9. I will link her original video down below and you guys should watch it if you have not yet done so because it was a wonderful video and you guys should watch it. But yeah, let's just get into the 5 questions this tag has. The first one is a really hyped book you're not interested in reading. Quick and easy answer for that is actually an author's name, and that is John Green's books. Because I read Looking for Alaska from him, I was not impressed. It was just not my type of book. I understand why some people enjoy it. I don't understand the hype that is around this author, honestly, but it just was not for me at all. And another book is A Visit from the Goon Squad. That is a type of classic, I think already, a modern classic and a classic. I have no idea how to categorize that book, but a lot of people hype about it, a lot of people recommend it, and a lot of what I hear about it is just not something I am interested in. The second question is a series you won't start or won't be finishing, the Seeker series. I read the first book of that last year. It was horrendously bad for me. It was just a bad book. It made no sense at all to me. There was no world building, no character build up, nothing. There was just, so I will not be reading anything else from that series and from that author. The third question is a classic that you are just not interested in. Lolita. I know it's a very popular book. I know it's a hyped book. I know it's a very controversial classic that people say you have to read it to understand it and see a different perspective. And while I'm all for using reading as a way to learn something that I myself will never experience, I honestly not interested in reading a book about a child molester. And the other book is Cloud Atlas, because I tried to read that when I saw it in my library. I read the first page of that book, and the way that book is written is not at all for me. Every ant in this book is not the word, and it's the this little guy. you guys understand. I put a picture here, and that just threw me off, and every time that came up, it just made me stop in the reading, and that is not something that I can read a book that is 500 plus pages of. Question 4. Any genres you never read. Actually one of those people, and I know a lot of people say it and it's not true, but I'm actually one of those people. I read every genre that exists because I think business books can teach us something we never knew if we haven't read the book. I think plays are fascinating, screenplays are interesting, and non-fiction books of any kind, be it the reference books or in a textbook or a cookbook or whatever. I'm reading that because it's interesting, if it's something I'm interested in that genre. I read classics, I read modern classics, boy, anyway, you guys know from my videos, I read adult, I read right through the entire spectrum of genres there is. But I know that I am very rarely read new adult, erotica, children and middle grade books, because for one, children and middle grades are both genres I don't really seek out. If I happened to come across a children's or middle grade book and I want to read it, I pick it up, no problem. I don't actually go through the children or middle grade sections of my library. I also never go on the children's or middle grade sections on book websites I buy my books from. So if I don't come across it accidentally, I will not be reading it. Or if I don't already own it from my childhood days. The other one, I have to be in a very specific mood to read new adult and erotica. And the type of erotica I prefer to read is not the straight up only sex kind thing. It has to have a plot. It has to have another focus other than simply sex scenes, because that I will not be reading and not enjoying. A new adult I don't really seek out or enjoy to read very many from. Honestly, they have basically no plot most of the time, and if they have plot, it's kind of a stupid plot, at least the new adult books I read so far. Those are genres I very, very rarely or never read. The 5th and last question is a book on your shelf you will probably never actually read. I have 2 for those. The first one is The Kill Order by James Dashner. I bought this book in a box set when I wanted to read The Maze Runner because it was actually cheaper to get 4 books from that series instead of just the Maze Runner. And I really enjoyed the Maze Runner, so I was excited to have the entire 4 books that was in existence at that time. But then I read the second book, and that was really bad. And so I have not yet picked up the 3rd or this 4th book. I'm not sure if this will ever be happening. And the other book that is on my shelves, and I'm actually probably never going to read from start to finish, is a literary reference book. Because yes, I actually own a book that is all about books. This is a beautiful, wonderful book, but it is not one of those books that you sit down and read from start to finish, because it is put together in a way that you are following the alphabet from A to Z. If you can see that, it is very densely written. It has huge amounts of information, so even if I wanted to read this from start to finish, I could never actually keep that amount of information I'm learning about in my head, so I would have to take it incredibly slow. It's just a very interesting book, but one of those books that I only go to if I want to reference something very specific, and then I jump around in the book from reference to reference and until I'm satisfied at knowing what I wanted to know. But it's not one of those books I will ever read from start to finish, so it fits the question, I think. I hope this video was quick and fun to watch. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. If you have any tags you want me to do, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have not done this tag, please feel free to do it. You are tagged. The questions are down in the more info bar underneath the link from the creator, so you have everything you need to do this tag as well. And if you don't make videos, please feel free to answer those 5 questions very fast in the comments, because I would love to know your hype book you haven't read, the series you don't plan to finish, a classic you have no interest in, and which genre you never ever read, and what book you have on your shelf and don't plan to read, because why not share? It's fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to see you in my next one. And until then, in the comments, I hope you all have a great day. Bye.